time, we might as well go ahead and start.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so welcome everyone. This is our, Monday Course Spotlight. I'm Kathy Lawson, Chief Knowledge Officer of the Great Discovery. I love to host these because we learn so much from our course creators, and tonight will be no exception. Let me go ahead and introduce Mark. So Mark Harbeke holds a bachelor's degree in journalism from Drake University and has been in the marketing space since 2006. For over 11 years, Mark has served as marketing director at 3 small businesses and a national nonprofit organization. Mark founded Harbeke Marketing in 2023. He is a website analytics service partner for marketing agencies and fractional CMOs. And tonight, Mark is going to talk about his course called Virtual Networking to Leads Systems. So it's all yours, Mark. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for that great intro, Kathy. Great to be here with you all. Thanks for hanging on. So for the next 15 minutes or so, I'm going to preview my Virtual Networking to Leads system, which is a course on the Great Discovery. I recently reduced the price. It was $150 and now it's just under $100 at $99. And so I'll briefly kind of tell you how this came about. So like Kathy said, I founded my business kind of mid 2023. And I have had prior roles, like she said, running, a couple small business, not running the businesses, but running the marketing departments in a couple small businesses in a nonprofit. And so when I started my business, I was like, well, I have a lot of experience running digital marketing channels. I'm just gonna, I was previously kind of known as a marketing jack of all trades. So a little bit of an issue of marketing myself was not niching down enough. But besides that, I was running into a lot of my business to provide services for small business owners and especially for website conversion tracking. I do a lot of work in Google Analytics 4. So I was trying to get leads, but through those digital marketing channels, typical things like paid ads, email, LinkedIn, but it wasn't getting enough. I wasn't getting enough leads booked on my calendar to meet my sales goals. So in early last year, early 2024, by Q2, I was like, I need to rethink how I'm gonna where I'm gonna put most of my time for marketing channels. And I really just decided to do a big pivot and pivot into virtual networking primarily, and having that be the lead channel that I devote my time and energy and processes and automation and everything. This approach, so again, this is Q2 last year. I was putting it in place for my own business. And in Q2, that resulted in 6 new signed clients using that system, and also building an additional client's leads pipeline valued at over $13,000. So that was a big pivot for me, a realization of that strategy gaining traction, allowing me to chart my own course, to put leads on my calendar, to not use a lot of the services that are marketed to a lot of businesses out there, especially solopreneurs, where they say, hey, I'm coming to you and I will guarantee you, 8, booked calls for your leads on your calendar per month, or 10 or 15 or whatever the number is. But I, for my business, didn't want to spend that money. Sometimes that can amount to over $500 per month in working with a company who's going to give you guaranteed bookings. I wanted to not, save that cost and control my own destiny there. So, anyway, I had that proof of concept in my own business. So I was like, well, I think other solopreneurs and micro business owners could benefit from this system. So at the end of Q2, I recorded some video modules, put together some materials, and so I launched that at the start of Q3. And since implementing that system, continuing to use it in my business, I've since signed over 20 more clients, and then my current leads pipeline is even larger, valued at over $46,000. So, I've continued to show the proof of concept, and later I'm going to play a video testimonial of one of my satisfied customers who's bought the course through my website. So to dig deeper into what the course is, what it provides, again, the course is called Virtual Networking to Lead System. So this is a DIY system. It's a little bit done with you, but mainly DIY, so that you as a business owner can build a pipeline of leads starting from LinkedIn, and attending virtual networking events that you source that are specific to your needs in your business, and then ending up on one-on-one calls with your calendar, and how to do that whole process for building relationships and get those targeted leads that you want for your business on your calendar. And from there, get the leads on your calendar and go into your lead spreadsheet or your CRM. And one of the templates, one of the pieces that are included in the course, if you don't use a CRM, or if you don't have any kind of formal leads tracking, I include a lead spreadsheet to track leads and their close rate, and also to track events, virtual networking events that you attend, that you identify through this system, so you can test more events and have an actual data-driven system to know which events perform better than others for your business, so you know which events to prioritize attending again. So ultimately, this course helps service business owners and solopreneurs. It's primarily designed for them to leapfrog from know and like, in the know, like, and trust factor spectrum, to really leapfrog quickly from know and like to trust, by the time that you speak to your leads one-on-one. And to give you a little bit more detail, so basically what this system is, if you buy it on the Great Discovery, is you'll get a 55-minute video course broken down into 9 easy to follow modules, video modules. The modules range from under 2 minutes to around 15 minutes. You'll get a PDF slides doc that covers all the 9 steps, all the 9 modules. And you'll get several templates, like I mentioned, one for what I think is the most effective way to take notes in virtual events. A lot of virtual events you'll find will kick out note takers. So it's kind of on you. You can always download the chat transcript from events, but other than that, it's up to you to take your own notes on who stands out to you, who you want to follow up with at events. You will get one of the most valuable templates in the course, besides the video steps themselves, is a lead outreach script that I use for, sorry, I'm just going to clear my throat for a second. Thanks for bearing with me. A lead outreach script for emails and LinkedIn direct messages, that I and my clients, or my customers for my course, use to generate over a 50% plus response rate when you reach out to leads. And that's really good, because usually studies have found that a quote good response rate tends to be around 10%. So you can really up that percentage for your business. And then finally, the final attachment included in the course is what I call a service market fit lead tracking spreadsheet. My business is a service business. You could certainly adapt it. You can use it if you're a product selling business, or mainly in product sales. You could adapt it to be a product market fit lead tracking spreadsheet. So it's a service market fit lead tracking spreadsheet. Again, it's designed if you're kind of between CRM solutions, or you don't use one, then you can use this as a starting place, to help you track number of days to close per lead, average number of days to close across all leads, your close rate, and like I said before, networking event series performance, so that you know which events to prioritize attending in the future. And so to dig deeper, to kind of cover briefly what the modules entail in the course. So in this course, you will learn the best way, in my opinion, to source virtual networking events from LinkedIn. You'll come away with a foundation to which you can apply automation and or AI to speed up your future event sourcing if you want. I will go through what the experience is like to register for free events, free virtual networking events on LinkedIn and Eventbrite. And those practices you can apply to registering for events, similar types of events on other websites. I go through the ideal computer setups and in session, like when you're actually attending a networking event, in session best practices when you attend these events. I go through the 3 most common paths for post-event lead outreach. Once you identify leads at events, a great way to reach out to them to ensure a high positive response rate. like I mentioned before, it includes the template, the script outreach template that's been proven to generate a 50% or more response rate from your potential leads. I also go through the minimum setup for your call booking portal. I use Calendly as an example, so how to set that up relative to this whole system. Also, I go through what to do with positive replies to your post-event cold emails and direct messages. Once you get a positive reply, what are some good next steps to really help build quickly that long-term relationship. And then I also have a module at the end for using the course long-term, how to generate longer-term benefits from the course. And I will drop a link in the chat for a video on my YouTube channel that is for that kind of teases out the first module in the course. So anybody can check that out later. So that's kind of an intro for what you're getting into at the start of the system. And then I'll end with sharing my screen and playing a testimonial from one of my satisfied course customers. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. And let me know if you don't hear anything.
It's pretty soft, so I'm not sure the sound's coming through.
It's not loud enough.
I think you didn't check the share sound option, Mark.
I feel like he's got the share sound option because I can hear something, but it's very, very soft. But double check that.
I'll increase my, I guess, both input and output volume.
Have to share the sound in the Zoom function.
Yeah, now.
If in your Zoom function you checked the box, look for the box that says advanced. When you click on advanced, it'll have you select the computer audio and we'll be able to hear everything if you're able to do that.
Is that the audio on the share screen?
No, where it says more, click on that, you'll see a line saying share sound.
You have to stop sharing first, though.
Oh, okay.
Like you have to set it up again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what you're looking for is the advanced feature.
Oh, okay. You said something about share sound?
Yeah. The little 3 buttons there at the bottom of the screen where it says more.
Or it might be to the right.
David, it's typically at the bottom and there are little boxes and you have to check them. It says share sound and optimize. Check both of those and then reshare it. And I think you'll have it.
Okay, thanks. Let's see, just a second.
No worries, it's okay.
I do have those buttons checked. Let's see now.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't think it's the share sound. I think it's almost like the video is really soft. It's like either the video is really soft. Yeah, try that.
You know, as an introverted leader, I've always found networking.
We're getting better. Still kind of soft. Can you guys hear it?
Wasn't felt that awkwardness at a networking event.
No, I think he needs to click that advanced feature.
It's getting better.
His computer.
I coach my clients on. So I took,
Audio.
There is sound, so you are sharing the sound. It's just that it's not very loud coming through the Zoom.
okay. I think I've maxed the amount I can turn the volumes up. It was on stereo. I'll try mono.
Is there, does the video have like a closed captioning to it, or is it just? Because I said you could always play that, and that would, you know, if you can't totally hear it, you can read it, but.
I'm Eric Moore. I'm founder of the ETC Communication Consulting Group. You know, as an introverted leader, I've always found networking to be a bit of a challenge. I mean,
Can you hear it?
who hasn't felt that awkwardness at a networking event,
Yeah,
right?
hear it.
So this year, I decided it was time to change things up. I wanted to model the behavior I coach my clients on. So I took the plunge into virtual networking. And that's when I discovered Mark Harbeke's virtual networking to lead system. Now, Mark's approach is straightforward and no nonsense, which is exactly what I needed. He breaks down the process of finding the right LinkedIn groups, automating your responses, making it super easy to track your leads. It's like having a roadmap for networking. Now, what I love most is how bite-sized and digestible this course is. No fluff, no unnecessary quizzes, things to download, just practical steps that get you in and out quickly. Now, as an introvert, I appreciate being well prepared, and this system gave me the confidence to dive right into these networking events without overwhelm. And Mark walks you through how easily it is to find the right group for you. So, if you're like me and want to conquer networking without all the stress, give Mark's system a try. It has been a game changer for me. Hi.
Okay, hopefully that was better.
Much better, thank you.
Thanks for your help. Sorry for the delay. Yeah, so that was basically it, and I'm open to questions.
Okay, if anybody has questions, go ahead and use your raise hand button or, okay, Andrew, go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, Mark. So I am a LinkedIn junkie. I probably am here because of LinkedIn on today. It's just incredible. So I'm wondering, it's not that easy sometimes to find networking events on LinkedIn. Maybe I haven't really looked for them. So is that one of the first things that you do? Because there's people like Hale, who may be here, and her networking event came from another networking event, not from LinkedIn, but she's all over LinkedIn. So I'm curious, just in general, how people are finding networking events on LinkedIn.
Yeah, thanks for asking, Andrew. Yeah, there's actually an event section, like when you're on the main tabs on LinkedIn, like posts or companies or whatever it is. So that's where a lot of people start. But and that, like the video that I shared earlier in the chat, that kind of previews into the first module in the course, and speaks to my starting process for the system and sourcing events from LinkedIn. I walk through why the events section on LinkedIn is not the best starting place. So yeah, a lot of people are mostly finding them by searching for a couple. So I walk through a couple search terms that I use, and it's on the video that I shared. So I'll just repeat it here. But so I think a good search terms to start, you're just searching LinkedIn in general, and then you can, once you do a general search, you can narrow down to just posts. So I would search just in posts for a search term of virtual networking event, as well as Zoom networking event, and that's a great starting place.
Great, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you. James, go ahead.
Yeah, so great class. I'm gonna look for your course on the Great Discovery. Thank you for putting it there. And I have a couple questions, if that's okay.
Sure.
One is, if you were to narrow it down to like the top three things, like the first three things people should start doing to get the most out of a networking event, what would those three things be?
Great question. I think, in whatever way works best for you. Like I mentioned earlier, this course does include, it's just a very brief, simple note-taking template. So again, because most of these events will not accept any note takers. So in whatever way that works for you and your business, I think it's imperative to, the nice thing about most networking events are on Zoom. So even if you just have one screen, my course advises to use two different monitors if possible. But even if you just have one screen, you can have your Zoom window on part of the screen. I use a simple .txt document and I format it in a certain way. I make sure that I keep track of the event name. I put the date, especially if I'm attending more than one event in one day, so I can keep track of which event when and on what date. I put in my little spiel of my little note-taking TXT file. I put my little elevator pitch, and you can kind of develop that over time. You can have like a 1 or 2 sentence description that you can kind of say in the main room if you get a chance to introduce yourself and your business there. You can also use it in your breakout room, but it's nice to have a short version like that. Again, that's very high level, only a sentence or two. And then I also have like a little bit longer about kind of one of my lead service areas in my business and how it helps and what it offers. And then a little teaser about what I provide for free. So if you have something that you provide, if you have a lead magnet or something like that. So I like to have that little spiel, and that way I'm ready for both like the short version for a very quick introduction to myself, as well as a longer version where I can copy and paste the longer version into the chat. Usually the host will say at some point, and that way everybody can download the chat and look at it later and source leads that way. So definitely effective note-taking. I think another tip that I would do is to not go too crazy and kind of. So one example that I give in the course is somebody who, like in terms of how you present yourself and your background, there's a couple people that I've seen at events that kind of, like one guy whose insurance literally has a bunch of bananas in his background. So it's a lot of yellow, it's a lot of bananas that people see at a glance in the gallery view at events. So it definitely stands out. It gets him attention. But is that best representing the brand and who he wants to meet for other serious businesses to do business with him? So I do some tips like that. I think in general you want to pay attention. You can, like in terms of also presenting yourself, sometimes people try to attend who are driving, and some hosts will actually kick attendees out of events because they want you to pay attention and be safe. So there's ways to attend and kind of present yourself, some ways that are better than others. I'm trying to think of.
I get it. So basically you're saying have a short introduction ready. That's tip number one. Have your elevator pitch ready, tip number two, and then take good notes so you can be able to follow up properly and pay attention to know what's going on. So that sounds like three great tips to me. Have your short, 2-sentence message ready to share in the main room, your elevator pitch ready to either communicate in breakout rooms or paste in the chat, and then take good notes for follow up. I love it. So yeah, and we are, and now we're going to be doing a corporate sponsored networking event every Thursday starting in February the 6th. So hopefully you can join those and bring some people with you, and we'll learn more from you. So thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you. Great question. Yeah, I ended up giving out 4 tips there.
Well, yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, James. Anybody else? Questions?
That event was February 6th.
I think that's going to be the first one. Yeah, there'll be more to
that's
follow.
February 6th.
It'll be
getting-
on our corporate event calendar. Is that true?
It will be soon. It's going to be the 12 p.m. on Thursday, 12 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. It will have the link up there shortly for it.
So just watch for that on the website, under the event calendar. Yep.
Thank
Okay.
you. Great.
All right. Anybody else? We've got probably room for one more question before we switch. Your course is up there, Mark. It's a premium course, correct? This course is premium, and then you have the YouTube video is sort of a lead to it. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. It is premium level. And I think I mentioned briefly before for affiliates, it was a little bit higher price. Now it's a little bit lower price.
Okay.
And there's not too many courses in my overall categories. So yeah, you'll find it easily.
Well, we can look up your name too and find it that way. Yep.
Yep.
All right. All right. Well, thanks for coming and presenting and sharing your course with us. And thanks everybody for sticking on and attending. And our next session will be Dr. Ivanka Farabee. I see she's on and ready to go. So we'll do the same thing we did after the update call and make a quick switch here. We'll have Sandra change over the recording and we'll turn it over to Dr. Ivanka. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Kathy.
And thank you, Mark. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Mark. That was great. That was absolutely very